a Wing presentation of the National Football League.
A wet and dreary day in our nation's capital as we join you from Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Tonight it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Washington Commanders. On the visiting sideline, there you see Packer head coach Matt LaFleur. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday night primetime. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer out of Colorado. It's Shedeur Sanders.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks his offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another gear. And as this season begins, they believe they've found it. You watch him warm up, everything is crisp, moving with great speed. This is an offense that can't wait to get to the first series of the new year.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Sanders to throw. Caught right side. It's Lewis. Loose inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Up the middle here, it's Lewis. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Again, it's Lewis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Sanders. Completes it to Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here. But that's still a pretty impressive number. And he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 6. Lewis between the tackles. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Sanders. He'll try and do this himself. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Ready, set.
A first down carry for Smith. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I hope we get enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Now Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Shedeur Sanders. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. You have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Hands it off out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Room here to run. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Buffalo 18, 2, 60.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. 42 yards. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's Sanders. throw right side here going to be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. To throw is Sanders. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Lane. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lucas. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
He'll try again. And once again, he will not go anywhere. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Hey, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
Commanders will line up for the
Tap the
2-point
60,
conversion.
tap the 60. Lions, Warriors 17, 18 Rattler, 18.
Back to throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they'd gotten 2 for 2.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Come on, come on. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They try again with Lewis. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
And it's caught. And will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Puka Nacua
From 6 yards away.
And the Packers have yet again retaken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders are an extra point away from taking the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Packers ready to take over offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Shotgun handoff for Lewis. Trying to turn the corner, but they string it. Out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now Lewis here on first down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here we go. 60 Vikings.
From the gun, it's Shador. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense set to take over.
And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime. And to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half, the same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lucas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing yards already.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Ballard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll drop to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
18 runners, 18 runners. Here we go, 19, 18.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. So now with a late touchdown, not only will they take the lead to the locker room, but they'll try and add 2 more here. They'll throw now on the final play. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure.
So halftime is upon us on.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They run with Lewis out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sanders to throw.
Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. On the handoff, Lewis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Sanders.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Going for a right side here, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Here now, 3rd and a yard. And this one is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Ballard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. From 10 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe
that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
looking to put a drive together.
On play action, here's Shadur. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now Sanders. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the gun, it's Sanders. And it is caught. And they're going to have a...
Quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a 2nd and 2. Now a give, running right is Lewis. 2 yards, good enough. The first.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Okay, ready? Come on.
On the jet sweep, here comes Puka. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is Lewis on the handoff. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here's Sanders. Now a run here off the arc. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Sanders. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Coleman. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
They'll look to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He finds his man complete. That's Ballard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ballard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back to throw again. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a handoff running through the middle.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Commanders get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Operating from the gun, Hicks. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Throwing, Sanders.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They run. This is Lewis. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Packers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Coleman now. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This is Lewis.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. 4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Lewis, toss play left.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
To throw is Sanders. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. Smith catches left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now Lewis. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7.
On the handoff, Lewis running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Sanders.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Ballard. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart, yeah, even for a talented receiver. Well, look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Packers are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Another try, second and 10 now. Sanders to throw. That is into the hands of Coleman downfield.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's first and 10.
They'll look to throw. This is Coleman with the ground. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Now second and 4.
On the handoff, here's Lewis running right. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's third and 15.
Back to throw. Can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
They'll go. Here's Sanders.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lucas.
And he will have a Commander's first down, and that should just about do it. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Sanders. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one, and love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for Washington,
they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.